This is Gucci. This is not. This is Gucci. This is not. Did you spot the difference? The difference is subtle, yet obvious at the same time. Hey everyone, so your Lady Vintage Bags here, and today we're going to be discussing what the heck is this brand that looks like Gucci, but is actually not Gucci. Because when you're shopping on the pre-loved market and you're trying to score yourself a secondhand or vintage Gucci bag, I don't want anyone accidentally buying this other brand, which looks like Gucci, but is not Gucci, because you'll be sorely disappointed when you open your package and you realize it's not actually Gucci. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing what is this Gucci Plus brand? How did it come about? What similar overlapping styles exist between Gucci and Gucci Plus? Some characteristic differences between the two brands. And then we'll be looking at some of the Gucci Plus listings on eBay so we can gauge the styles and prices that are available. So what the heck is Gucci Plus? So Gucci Plus is a now defunct brand or line of handbags created by Paolo Gucci. Now he was the grandson of Guccio Gucci, who was the founder of the House of Gucci. And if any of you have watched the House of Gucci movie, his character was played by Jared Leto. So this is a brand that he created himself, and actually it was never recognized by the Gucci brand, and they even went to war over it in court. So it is not recognized by the Gucci brand. It is not part of the Gucci brand or House of Gucci. It is his own independent rogue line that he created. And what can be very confusing to the consumer is both brands have the word Gucci in it. Both brands use the GG. Both brands have a coded canvas. And so it's very easy for a consumer shopping on the pre-loved market who is looking for a vintage Gucci bag such as this to accidentally stumble upon and potentially buy a Gucci Plus bag instead of an actual Gucci bag. So how did this Gucci Plus range or Gucci Plus brand come about? So Paolo Gucci, the grandson of Guccio Gucci, who was the founder of the House of Gucci, he had a role within the family business at one stage, and his role was chief creative designer. And he had a vision, a brainchild. He wanted a range of Gucci bags, which was more affordable, more price accessible for the wider audience. He wanted to attract the younger buyers, like the Gen Z of their time. He envisioned that this would be everywhere, shopping malls, grocery stores, anyone could own a Gucci. But his father and his uncle, who were ranked above him in the Gucci company, did not agree. They forbid him from making this range. But you know what? He did it anyway. And the family drama erupted. They went to war. They went to court over this. Now, the courts actually allowed Paolo to use the Gucci name so long as he made his line of products distinguishable from the actual high-end line of products, and that's where the word plus got marked all over on top of the GG pattern. So this is a more cheaper version, cheaper in terms of price point as compared to the high-end range, and in order to make it more affordable in terms of cost price so they could pass on the savings to the customers, instead of using factories in Italy, which is traditionally where Gucci products are made, he was using factories in other countries such as Haiti and Mexico to make his products. Now, the drama within the family got so bad that not only did they go to war in court, he even dobbed in his own father to the IRS for tax evasion, had his father landed in jail. They had a terrible board meeting one day. He filed assault charges against his family members, such as his dad, his uncle, his cousin, and he even sold all his Gucci shares for $45 million back in 1987. But interestingly, in 1993, which wasn't that long after 1987, he actually ended up declaring bankruptcy because of the amount of debt he was in. He had $45 million at the time, and he ended up bankrupt by 1993. So essentially, Gucci Plus was born out of Paolo's brainchild to make the brand more ubiquitous, more accessible for the wider audience to attract more customer base. Now, there are a lot of overlapping styles that exist between the two bags. And really, there's only so many bag silhouettes. There's a lot of overlapping styles between many brands, let alone between the Gucci and the Gucci Plus brand. So examples of this include tote bags, bucket bags, Boston bags, camera bags, and pouches. That's not even an exclusive list. That's just the more common silhouettes. In addition to the silhouettes, Also, the color schemes for the coated canvases of each respective brand is also very similar. So they both have the classic brown GG color scheme canvas, even down to the green and red webbing. They both also share their own versions of the ivory colored coated canvas, and additionally the navy colored coated canvas. Now, before we go on, I just want to clear up some confusion that can happen between how the word Gucci Plus is used when in reference to the actual high-end brand Gucci versus Gucci Plus referring to this more affordable brand created by Paolo Gucci, which is not recognized by the House of Gucci. So Gucci Plus, this term exists for both brands. So the Gucci Plus, when referred to the high-end Gucci, this was actually once upon a time the name for the Gucci coated canvas, which is like what I have here. So this is the old name for the GG Supreme coated canvas. It used to be called Gucci Plus canvas. So that's in reference to the actual Gucci high-end brand. When referred to the more affordable Gucci Plus brand, it's referring to the name of the brand. So that's another potential point of confusion, is this term Gucci Plus can actually appear in reference to both the high-end and the more affordable brand. So I just wanted to add that there. Now let's look at some characteristic differences between the high-end Gucci brand and the more affordable Gucci Plus brand. So first, let's look at the canvas. So they're both using a coated canvas and they both use the GG pattern. However, with the Gucci Plus pattern, they have the word plus stamped on top of the GG. Now, as a result of the court case, Paolo was allowed to use the Gucci name, but he had to make his designs distinguishable enough for the consumer so that they could tell the difference between the high-end Gucci brand and his Gucci Plus brand. And that's where the stamping plus on top of the GG came about, so that you could tell which one was Gucci Plus and which one was high-end Gucci. So let's look at the hardware. So the hardware logo on vintage Gucci high-end bags tend to use horizontally interlocking G logos, and often they have mixed metals, mixed silver and gold. Whereas the Gucci Plus bags commonly use the words Gucci Plus. Gucci Plus brand bags also sometimes have as the logo this vertically interlocking PG logo standing for Paolo Gucci, I'm assuming. And just a reminder, this is just a basic list of differences, not an entire or extremely comprehensive list. These are just the basic quick list of differences you can find between the two bags, but there's definitely more that if you're aware of, please put it in the comment section down below if you think I didn't mention it. Now the hardware on the strap. Typically vintage high-end Gucci again would use an interlocking G logo, whereas the Gucci Plus uses the word Gucci Plus. And similarly with the zipper pull, vintage Gucci bags tend to use YKK zippers, or if there's a metal zipper pull, again, it would have the horizontally interlocking G, whereas the Gucci Plus bags would have the words Gucci Plus on there. Now, if the logo is made out of leather instead of metal, again, the vintage Gucci bags uses the interlocking G, whereas the Gucci Plus has the words Gucci Plus. So as you can see here, there are some really quick identifiers to help you discern between whether or not you're looking at a vintage actual Gucci bag or if you're looking at the now defunct Gucci Plus brand bags. And that way you can easily tell if you're looking at the right thing or the wrong thing if you're looking for an authentic Gucci bag. Now let's take a look at some of the listings we can find on eBay of vintage Gucci Plus bags. Now the first thing I noticed was the price point difference. Vintage Gucci Plus bags typically on eBay fell within the price range of 300 to 500 Australian dollars, and that converts to about 150 to 300 US dollars. Now that is typically where decent condition vintage Gucci bags start. So you can see here the price range is a whole bracket lower compared to vintage Gucci bags. So that's already a dead giveaway that if it's kind of like too cheap, it might actually be a vintage Gucci Plus bag. Now, having said that, I want to make the point that there's nothing wrong with Gucci Plus bags. If you don't actually care if you're buying a vintage Gucci or vintage Gucci Plus, you just go for whatever style you like, whatever floats your boat. This is a video to help people discern that if they're looking for authentic Gucci so that they don't accidentally buy Gucci Plus, which is not actually Gucci. But if you're into Gucci Plus and you like that design, go ahead and buy it. Okay, so the first listing, this is actually a pretty cool camera bag. I really like the hardware on it. And it actually comes with their own version of an authenticity card. So let's not forget, even though the idea behind Gucci Plus was to be a more affordable brand, it still had its own authenticity traits, including its own authenticity card, which is what we see in this listing here. So Gucci has their Controllato cards and Gucci Plus had their own version of the authenticity card. This is about 300 Australian dollars, which is about 180 US dollars. And this even comes with the authenticity card. And this is not even like a trashed condition bag. This is like a relatively okay condition bag. So you can see there's a big price point here between this and what you would have paid if this was the high-end Gucci brand of a similar style. So this would have been at least a couple of $100 more. So next up is a Gucci Plus tote. So this is a little bit more expensive, 460 Australian dollars. But again, compared to the price of what this would have been if it was the high-end Gucci brand tote, again, would have to add a few more $100. But from afar, it looks the same. You really can't even tell. The next one's quite interesting. This is like a green shade of the GG Plus canvas with like a green shade leather. I actually haven't even seen this color used by Gucci themselves. So this one is actually quite different. So this is 330 Australian dollars. Again, they're about 200 US dollars. So if you're looking to shop on a budget and you don't care if it's Gucci or Gucci Plus, then Gucci Plus would be actually a good, more affordable brand to explore, which was the whole point Paolo created it in the first place, to be a more price accessible range. And the last one here, again, this is another camera style bag. So the shape of that one almost looks like, a cross between the shape of my dome shaped bag and this of my bag, of my vintage Gucci bags. So this is 557 Australian dollars. So that's about 300 US dollars. Even though that is a really good condition of that bag, that is on the higher end of the Gucci Plus brands. And so the good condition of the Gucci Plus was similar to what I paid for these low condition actual high-end Gucci bags. So these are paid for close to 400 Australian dollars for each. And this is 557 Australian dollars. So guys, tell me, did you know about the Gucci Plus brand? And have you ever seen Gucci Plus brand before? And do you agree there could be some people out there who were looking to buy a Gucci bag and ended up accidentally buying a Gucci Plus bag? Now, if you have anything more to add in terms of differences between the Gucci and Gucci Plus brand, or any fun facts about Gucci or Gucci Plus, please put them in the comment section down below. Now, if you guys haven't already seen my tutorial on how to clean the sticky tarry pockets that you find on vintage Louis Vuitton bags, I'm going to leave my tutorial here. And if you guys haven't seen my unboxings for these two vintage Gucci bags, I'm going to leave them here.